Well, I was born and brought up in the Salvation Army. I'm a third-generation Salvationist. I started my musical career as a young lad, 5 years of age, on the cornet. And my conducting I started when I was about 17. To me, music is a vehicle that I can use to proclaim God's word. Through my music, I can interpret what he means to me and to other people.
Salvation Army music, a fine way to proclaim God's word. In over 85 countries, the Salvation Army Shield means music and a great deal more. Here in Canada, for more than 100 years, the Army has offered a helping hand to those in need. People who are hungry, cold, sick, or lonely are given help. Food and care to build strength. A job to build hope and confidence. And beyond that, an opportunity to be in touch with God.
My goal working at the workshop is to reestablish myself back into the workforce on a full-time basis. At present time, I'm taking an educational correspondence course assisted with the Salvation Army, and this will enable me to be more skilled in entering the workforce, in particular factory work.
At Salvation Army Booth Industries, people with educational and emotional problems gain job skills and self-respect. Counselors help them with personal and vocational goals, with housing and financial needs, and with spiritual guidance.
I'm taking a clerical training program. I'm hoping to get the necessary qualifications to get a good job.
This center, and others like it, offer work adjustment training for people who have been chronically unemployed. Specific skills and good work habits equip them for jobs as secretaries, janitors, and auto body mechanics. Counseling helps them develop life skills, set attainable goals, improve their ways of relating, and spiritual values provide the healthy base. Without skills, without hope, some young people turn to crime. When they're caught, the Salvation Army reaches out with friendship and constructive alternatives for the offenders and the courts.
The Salvation Army has been involved in court work, court ministry for many years. Now, one of the reasons why the Salvation Army is able to assist the courts is because we have quite a large number of rehabilitation centers. But our number one purpose, of course, is to assist the individual spiritually and to get him on the right track in his spiritual life.
The speaker is a Salvation Army court chaplain.
During the last few months of a prison sentence, some men are accepted at the Army's House of Concord. Life skills and work experience programs, along with recreation and personal guidance, help the men to make a clean start in life.
The policy of the House of Concord is firm, fair, and friendly. Treating the men with dignity and respect encourages positive attitudes and promotes rehabilitation. Many criminal offenses and scores of ruined lives are linked to alcohol and drug addiction. Fortunately, there is the Harbor Light, a sanctuary where men find sobriety and new reasons for living. From Victoria to St. John's, the light is always on. Whether it's one night in an Army hostel or a long-term alcoholism treatment program, the Army offers the prospect of physical, social, and spiritual renewal.
I'm feeling great. I think the program has helped me an awful lot. I think the Salvation Army is a great army, and it looks after a lot of down and out people like I used to be.
Down, but not out. With the Army's guidance, many men have permanently turned their lives around.
At the present time, I'm employed by the Army in a community center. We serve low-income families from a high-rise housing project. Our purpose is to provide recreational services for the entire family. Many of the children we work with come from single-parent families, which means that they are left alone most of the time. They need support, affection, firm guidance, and often just a sympathetic ear. At the present time, my wife and I are preparing to enter the Salvation Army's training college in Toronto. Working with children gives me a chance to put my Christian faith into practice.
To grow strong in body, mind, and spirit, to reach their individual potential, children need a firm, sensitive hand. This is the philosophy of the Salvation Army villages, which accommodate children and adolescents with mental or emotional handicaps, living in the community, attending nearby public schools or classes at the village, having fun, and taking responsibility. The children develop confidence and independence. Some children are born joyously. It's a healthy beginning in a Salvation Army hospital, one of 11 across Canada. Of course, a few do return on occasion. Whether it's the Halifax Grace, famous for maternity care, the palliative care unit in Toronto, or the Grace Hospital in Windsor, patients respond to expert care and the friendly, loving atmosphere.
The nurses, yes, they are considerate. They really do try. We must aggravate them. But you know, we're getting old. Oh, we've got old.
Many oldsters have the vitality of youngsters, especially at Salvation Army seniors' lodges like this one.
Well, I have never had an unhappy day until I broke my leg. But that had nothing to do with the lodge. When I came in here, I made up my mind I was going to be happy, and I have been happy.
Happiness is keeping busy with friends. So the lodge organizes sing-songs and concerts, crafts and outings. A little warmth for those golden years. Whenever it's needed, the Salvation Army lends a helping hand. Actually, thousands of hands, volunteers and staff, in dozens of Army centers in communities across Canada. It's a ministry of love and faith. Love for people of every race and religion, regardless of their strengths and weaknesses. Faith that the lives of the disadvantaged can be improved. The work pays handsomely in satisfaction and salvaged lives. But it also costs plenty. Money to sustain these human services is provided in part by government, assisted by generous contributions from Salvationists and the general public. It's money well spent, A former Canadian Prime Minister, Arthur Meehan, described the Salvation Army as a vital spiritual force with an acute social conscience. That says it. Daily, tirelessly, generously, the Army provides the physical and spiritual necessities that reaffirm the lives of people in need. They are changed and uplifted by this vital spiritual force.